You're on the Six Screens Telenetwork, earning the reputation of giving all the right ingredients, uninhibited, in exposing the hard, cold facts about the Watchtower Society. And now, the end, Disney.
Ride Michelle to the storm is high. Ride Michelle after the storm.
Where you been? You've been doped off for a minute. They don't know I've been depressed, but you know I'm in it. I never thought I was enough, so I was finished. Had to really talk to God and I had to handle life's hard tests, hard stress, feeling a complete mess, really getting fed up. And anything they say don't matter, cause I got my blood up. I really got my faith up. Forgot the insecurities, I had to pick my head up. And all my friends gone, solo dolo. Getting through these long nights.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome in. Welcome in to our Six Queens program tonight. After the storm, we got two wonderful women. They're coming in from Houston, Texas. Her name is Gail, and her sidekick Delon. So they're coming on here tonight. So listen, these guys are fallen Jehovah's Witnesses. They're gonna have a great program. And they want to talk to you tonight. They want to engage with you. They want to see what you guys are thinking. So we're going to bring Gail and Delon on right now. So let's do that. Hello, girls.
Hi, Rick.
Hi, Rick. Hello, Gail. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Delon.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi,
everybody. Let me, yeah.
All right. So I think that's it. Delon, can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, Delon, I have to say, you know, when I was a little boy and I went and I watched movies, 6, 7 years old, you know, you kind of sound like Snow White. Did anyone ever say that?
I wish I did. This raspy voice of mine, I wish I did. Thank you, Rick.
Well, when you're a little guy like that, I used to love Snow White. And your voice is so soft and gentle. I don't think you have an evil bone in your body, do you?
No, not at all. No, sir, I don't. No, never. I would never. No way. I can
Well,
get upset sometimes, but I'm not I'm pretty calm.
you're so gentle. I mean, you really have a really nice, low-key way about you. I hope your husband appreciates that.
Oh, he does. He's amazing. Poor thing, he has to put up with me. Can you imagine?
Well, the thing is, I mean, you know, you're nice and kind and gentle. Not all ladies are like that, you know.
Oh, thank you. I
Well,
appreciate that, Rick.
well,
Thank you.
you have a very nice way about you, and also Gail. She's not intrusive. She's well, you know, she's an accountant, so they have an analytical way about them. You know, they have to
Yes.
analyze
Yeah.
everything. But
Type
you know,
A. Yeah.
but we love Gail too, and she's wonderful. But anyways, they got a program here tonight, so I'm going to cut you guys loose. I'll get out of your way, but I'm here if you need me. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Rick.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Hey, Delon.
Hey,
So,
Gail.
thank you, everybody, for joining us again for another episode of After the Storm. Thank you for sticking with us. And if you remember from 2 weeks ago, this is a follow-up. This is part 2 of that Power Wheel. You know, I'm really surprised at the engagement that I've seen all evening because it's a holiday weekend. And, you know, the guests that I was working on, we have about 3 lined up, and they were like, "Oh, it's a holiday weekend." And I think we just, you know, it's just another day for us. Like we're here. So
All right.
we're here again, no guest tonight. We're going to be doing this solo, and just keep in mind that we are not therapists, right? We are not trained in mental health, but we have you know, experienced something by being in this organization and coming out of it. And the information that is out there publicly um, kind of fits, kind of aligns with what we're going through and the steps you need to take after the storm. Did you like that? Yeah. The
Yes.
name of the show, After the Storm.
Yes.
hmm So, and then we have an announcement at the end. of the show. So stay tuned. But we're also going to be doing in addition to these mental health experts that I have lined up to come on the show, we're going to be doing a series called Where Are They Now? So these are XJW activists that we used to see that we don't see anymore. And I just want to follow up with them to see what are they doing now? I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, but there are two names that I'm going to throw out. And if you guys know these people, can you please let them know that we are trying to get them on the show? If you would like to be a part of the show and be interviewed and join us on After the Storm, you can reach out to Delon or I on Facebook, Messenger, Instagram. You can get a hold of us that way. But does anybody remember John Newsom? Does that name sound familiar? John Newsom. Let's see. How many people we have? Do we have?
Let me see.
Okay.
I'm looking. Let's see. I'm gonna look in here, and I'm looking at the chat, everybody. So if you remember John Newsom, drop it in the chat on either YouTube, and I'll.
John Newsom. I think it's been about 6 years since he posted anything, but I ran across him one night and he was just so charming. Like he got out of the organization later in life, but he was I liked him. I maybe had a crush on him. John Newsom, Newsome, and the other one is Carlito Veda. Carlito Veda. And
So
I think he
Eve.
goes, hmm?
Oh no, go ahead. It's okay. Oh, Eva just said, okay, that's okay, Eve. We got you. Anna
Hi, Eva.
on YouTube said, oh, never mind. Her message was for someone. Let's see. Okay, yep. Nope, that's okay.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead,
no
y'all.
E on the end, Eva? No E on the end? Okay. So you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, it was Eve, but she thought Mr. Newsom was someone else. So she said, that's okay. Sorry, wrong Newsom.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other one was Carlito Veda. I don't know if that was his real name, but he goes by Kingdom Real now. I would really like to talk to him because he had more of a prophetic style of activism. And I think he's on TikTok now under a name called Abaddon or something. Um, but yeah, there are quite a few people that I would love to talk to and find out where they are now. Susan is another one, Susan Gaskin. These are people that helped us that we were able to look at when we were coming out, right? And there seems to be this transition of a new wave of activists, if you will. And some people have taken a back seat, which is okay. Sometimes maybe our day is coming soon, right, Delon, when we take a back seat. But for now, we're here to assist those who are waking up, who are just coming out of the society. And we want to be that beacon of light that you're going to be okay. Really, it's terrifying when you wake up and realize what you've been taught all your life. And I know that there are PMOs listening in. Do not be afraid. Um, I know they're listening in, so I'm careful how I choose my words, but it can be a terrifying time, and you go through that cycle of grief. You go from scared to anger to acceptance to reality. I need to find out the wheel of grief, but it is something that if you want to get better, if you want to find the truth, if you want to move on with your life, that those are steps in the cycle that just come with the program. But so yeah,
Oh,
or
Gail.
if you've recently, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry about that, hon. Want to let
Mhm.
you know, Anna said, so Anna said, I don't know the second guy, but the first name sounds familiar. And she said, oh, yes, we all know Susan Gaskin. Susan has MS and has health issues, but she posted the other day.
She
And
did.
Jay said, I know Susan's work as well.
Yeah. So these are people that helped us, the people that were coming out like in 2018, 2019. Those were the people that were there for us. And so their videos live on. Our videos will live on as the new group comes out, you know. So that's why we do what we're doing. And so if you have recently broken up with your organization, and I know, interestingly enough, this information that I shared last week was from a domestic violence abuse website, right? But it can be compared to anything. So insert, you know, breaking up with a spouse. I'm hearing feedback. Breaking up with a spouse, leaving an organization, leaving a job. The symptoms are the same, and the recovery is kind of the same too. So let's just recap, and I'm going to share my screen now. Rick, are you there? I'm ready to share that slide.
I'm right here. You want the slide?
Okay, thank you. Yes, please. And I can toggle between slides, right? Perfect, perfect. Yeah, so we'll just keep it up for the duration of the show. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
All right. So this is what is called, what therapists call the you know, the power wheel. And just keep in mind, not everybody will need therapy, you know, after breaking up with somebody or leaving an organization, but it is recommended that you take time. Like you don't break up from one relationship and jump into another. That's unhealthy. Yes, people do that, you know. Um, but here were the points that we discussed last week. Last week you couldn't see this power wheel. This week you can, thanks to Rick. So power and control leads to violence, right? And these are the 8 points of power and control leading to abuse. And in our case, you can extract the points out of it. And some people leave feeling trauma, some people leave with PTSD, some people leave feeling broken. But it doesn't have to, you don't have to remain that way. You can get out of this, okay? But if you've experienced any of these um, eight things, you just may be in an abusive situation, you know, using intimidation, using emotional abuse, using isolation, minimizing, denying, and blaming, using children, Caleb and Sophia, using male privilege, using economic abuse, using coercion and threats. Okay. And so, what does a healthy relationship look like? We may think that what we're in right now is really healthy, but if you go back and listen to the episode 2 weeks ago, I won't recap here, or if you want to take a screenshot of this, you can, and really dig into it. And you may just say, my God, I was in an abusive relationship. I was in a, you know, in an abusive situation. What do I do now? Do I just go on to the next thing or take time and heal? Or so we are going to look at the healthy wheel, which is equality and has non-violent results. Right? There are 8 of them, and we're going to go through each of them. And Delon, just feel free to chime in whenever you need to.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. Do you have your phone on or something? Sorry.
You know what? So you know what, Gail? Actually, so I have YouTube up on my phone, but I have no sound on, as you can hear. But it still may have feedback because it's all so I can check the chat. But you know what I
Okay,
can do?
okay.
I'll pull it up on my computer and put it on my second monitor. That way I can get it off my phone and it won't provide feedback. How about that?
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure, absolutely.
That's weird how it does that, and you had it on mute. Okay. So the
Yeah.
first one we're going to start, you know, and go clockwise. Non-threatening behavior, talking and acting so that you can say they, you know, remember we're talking about the group. Um, she feels safe, they feel safe and comfortable expressing themselves and doing things. Non-threatening behavior. And as you're thinking about these, think of the opposing, you know, the opposing thing, which was threatening behavior, um, not feeling safe, feeling judged, you know, the judgmental part of it. So the opposite of that would be non-threatening behavior. And wouldn't you say that feeling safe would be a number one criteria in any relationship? Feeling safe?
Yeah.
Anybody can come in. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say yes. I mean, I have to feel safe. I want to feel safe. But anyone else, of course, can chime in. But just that's
Yeah.
important to
Anyone,
me.
yeah.
Absolutely.
You're invited to jump in. Anyone can participate tonight. Yeah, so feeling safe because no one wants to feel uncomfortable in a relationship, you know? If you feel uncomfortable, then you can't be yourself and you're really cheating yourself out of other healthy relationships, you know? And this does exist outside of the structure where we came from. Non-threatening behavior, no judgmental, which goes into the next point, respect, listening to her non-judgmentally, being emotionally affirming and understanding, valuing opinions. Were our opinions valued when we were part of that organization? Anybody can come in. Just think. Were our for the PMOs listening online? I'd like to hear your experience. Were your opinions valued?
It was very hierarchical and very patriarchy, and also a lot of ex-witnesses have trust issues, which is the opposite of feeling safe.
Exactly. Thank you, Pixie. You know, and I was surprised to hear how much domestic abuse really happens in this organization. And you look at the couples, and they put on a face of being a happy couple. Well, that's a part of the MO, if you will, like, you know, hiding who you are, hiding what's really happening to you, so that people can get a different sense of what is going on in the relationship. But that is disrespectful, and that is not it's not understand it's not affirming your feelings, right? If you have to be somebody else, if you have to pretend to be somebody else, that's not a comfortable place to live in, and that's just not living. You want to live your best life, and you can live your best life. Okay, did you have anything else on this point before we moved on, Delon, or
Not on this one. I know I will later on, but just not on this one
you're
right
looking
now.
ahead? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And like Pixie always said, like Jehovah was a bad boyfriend. I like when she says that. So yeah, we're talking about, breaking up from a relationship or breaking up with the Watchtower. These are steps to heal before you jump into a new relationship, new friends, new church, new whatever, because it is going to be a massive life change. All right, the third point is trust and support. Supporting their goals, respecting her right to her own feelings, friends, activities, and opinions. Wow, how refreshing would that be? In fact, it is refreshing. Do you find that refreshing, Delon?
Absolutely. Forgive me, the mosquito truck is spraying. Give me just 1 second.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, sorry about that. It's really loud. I'm sitting right by the window and he decides to come and spray right now. But yes, to answer your
Yeah,
question, I do apologize. Thank you for being
that's
patient.
okay.
Thank you.
Oh, that's fine. Um, I've often heard you talk about what you aspire to be. Some of the goals you gave up in life, what you aspired to be when you were younger, and looking back now,
Yeah.
with the time being lost, but you are working on some things right now. It's you
Yes.
it's never too late. You're not too old to kind of redirect your life. The important thing is you're living a healthy life, and
That's
I would
right.
rather live out the next 10, 20, 30 years in a healthy relationship than in a non-healthy relationship,
That's
one
right.
that's killing you inside. I would rather, be in a healthy relationship, cut my losses, rip off the band-aid, get some healing, and live a healthy life? How much time, because some people think, oh, I'm too old to leave. And I don't know why I'm saying this now, because this is not in my notes. So obviously someone here needs it. But, oh, I'm just too old. I've spent so many years, have we heard that about relationships? Might as well work it out. We've been together, blah, blah, 50, 40 years or so, right? The same thing happens whenever you have a crisis of conscience, if you will, with this organization. You're like, man, I've spent so many years doing this, being in this organization, might as well tough it out. Or I'm too old, or to start over now. And I tell you, it is much better, whatever little time you have or how much time you have. I've even heard of people in their 40s thinking it's too late. No, it's not too late. You have probably a whole second half of your life. And I promise the second half of your life will be better. I mean, there's so much ahead, good ahead, than what was behind, than what you will have lost.
That's
And
good.
we're examples of that. This community is examples of that. We see that all the time, people going on with their lives, living their dream, going to college, graduating. I mean, I just love seeing that. And do you struggle? Yeah, you will struggle. Like, it's almost like you're going through the fog, like, what happened? Or you're waking up, you're and it's literally, you're waking up out of a deep sleep, you're waking up out of a trance. You're like, what was that? You literally will ask yourself that question, but you shake it off, and then you get to healing. And so we're showing you what healthy relationships look like, so you don't fall for that again. Because it's possible to leave Watchtower and end up in something similar. Don't get us wrong, it's possible, right? Like some people have a thing where they end up dating the same type of guys, right? Same thing. We can gravitate to the same kind of religion. And one of the guests that I'm working on, she is talking about deconstructing from religion. It's such a fascinating concept. But all right, so did we do trust and support? Yeah, trust, we did. Okay. So the
Yes.
next one on the wheel, the healthy wheel, the healthy bonding, if you will, healthy relationships, is honesty and accountability, accepting responsibility for self, acknowledging past use of violence, admitting being wrong, and communicating openly and truthfully. Okay. So this one can be a little brutal, like admitting, how did I not see it? Or why did I allow that? Right. So we take some of the responsibility. Or if you woke up because you got in trouble, like accepting the responsibility for that. Um, Delon, do you have
So
anything to share?
yeah, I was looking at it's an article that speaks about how to tell the difference between a healthy and unhealthy relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And let me find the one. It said, I'm going back to it now. I think this one is it here. So it says being in a healthy relationship means there's two: expressing and listening to each other's feelings, needs, and desires. And if you are in an unhealthy relationship, it says, so one of you feels unheard and is unable to communicate what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Another is being in a healthy relationship means discussing things, allowing for differences of opinion, and compromising equally. And then if you are in an unhealthy relationship, then the opposite would be one of you makes all the decisions and controls everything without listening to the other's input. So I kind of want, I know it's not the same, but I just think the concept is kind of the same
Yes.
in the meaning of these two, to kind of add along to what you said. So I just kind of wanted to chime in and share those because I actually thought it's something that we know, but again, it is a friendly reminder. And it just, when you mentioned that, it made me think about those two things. There's one more I'll share a little bit later, but those two
Mm-hmm.
came to my mind. So I wanted to share those real quick.
Yeah. So it's the unbalanced versus the balanced relationship. Like you said, it's the concepts, you know. Um, one has more control than the other. And it's very unbalanced, and we're seeking balance. But yeah, this applies to relationships as well. And uh, let's see, admitting being wrong, communicating openly and truthfully. Yeah, and I would add to that without um, without fearing the consequences, being able to communicate honestly without fearing the consequences. And so, like you said, Delon, feeling like you're heard. And so the concept was that the men are on stage, are we're reading the magazines, we're studying the magazines, and we're being told what to believe, how to act, how to think. It's kind of one-sided, but it gives the illusion that our opinion matters, that we have a part in it, because there's the question and answer portion of it. We raise our hands and we give answers to the questions in the paragraph, right? So it has that illusion that we are a part of this, but really, it is really one-sided. Um, okay, so responsible parenting, sharing parental responsibilities, being a positive, nonviolent role model for the children. I had to think about that one. Like, how would that apply to the situation we're talking about? You know, um, if you break up your spouse and you have children, you have to learn co-parenting. Um, if you break up with this society, I don't know how you would co-parent, but this was just, I don't know, it was just an interesting point.
I
Is
see a
that you,
lot of
Delon?
good
Oh,
witness.
Pixie. Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of very good witness parents, but the situation is that they're imparting to their children all these rules and regulations. It's almost like a Sharia law, because out in the big wide world in the United States of America, there are female rabbis and Episcopal ministers that are women, but we're still living in this very strange world under this non-existent Bronze Age laws and stuff. And
Yeah.
that's not, we can walk out our door and be a free person.
Yeah.
So the outside world really doesn't understand some of this stuff that the women have been through, which is like the Handmaid's Tale almost, and then we're imparting these cultural ideas to the next generation, and it's very oppressive. And don't get an education, and don't do this, and don't do that. And yet we have these marvelous people like Serena who've been famous and wealthy and happy and have beautiful children and a beautiful husband and a beautiful career. So it's there's different stratas to this organization too. It's very strange that way, and the outsider, the worldly person, can't even comprehend it.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have to be the ones to break the cycle, right? It's
Yeah,
at we're at the moment where we're breaking the cycle, so it's crossing the barrier of age, um gender. It's we if you're at this point in time, you are called to make a change. You're being called to break the cycle from control to equality.
and anyone can take coursework and get new job skills. It's in some ways easier to do that now than it was 20 years ago, because some of the community colleges are set up for what are the careers today that are hiring.
Yeah.
So it's never too late to take a course in something.
Never
I
too
just
late.
wish everyone a free and happy life, and it can take years to unravel some of the impact of this with the trust issues. The book Boundaries is good. Any etiquette book is good to know what to say out in the big wide world.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the members, they were in this to have someone tell them what to do. Not so much my family, but people I've seen recently. They converted so they would be in this safe cocoon, and
Yeah.
to be a responsible adult in the outside world, that's what's key. To be able to support yourself and know what to say and what to do. And it can be done at any age.
Yeah. And some people need structure. Some people need to be told what to do, and those are the
Yeah,
ones that are susceptible to unhealthy relationships, you know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or
So
joining something else very controlling again.
exactly. That's what I said earlier. If you're the person that you date the same kind of guys, you may be susceptible to falling into another religion that's like this. It looks different, it feels different, but it's the same thing. It's controlling, it's oppressive,
Yeah.
So
It's not
that
easy to be the adult in the room, but it's very rewarding.
yeah, yeah. And a lot of us are, we are examples of there is life after the storm. There is life
Yes,
after the
there is.
storm. Okay. So shared responsibility, mutually, thank you, Pixie.
Oh,
Mutually
Gail.
agreeing, huh?
Oh, 1 second, if you don't mind, babe. I want to share. Let's see. Anna, she said she wanted to say something to Pixie. She said, Pixie, so true. And it's weird. JWs model themselves on Judaism, excuse me. Yet Jewish women are judges and have careers and are rabbis. So that was for you, Miss Pixie.
Good point. Good point. I looked at all of John Newsom videos. Do not know what happened to him. Oh, thank you, Rochelle. He was good, huh? I really enjoyed him. Sometimes he would sing and but he was a firecracker, man. Well, maybe who went? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I was trying to read the comments. So, shared responsibility, mutually agreeing on a fair distribution of work, making family decisions together. And that just goes back into the whole being balanced, you know, um, in perfect balance, having equal control, not one having more control or over the other. What I say goes my way or the highway. If any of that sounds remotely familiar to you, you may be in an unhealthy relationship, but a healthy relationship has shared responsibilities. Economic partnership, making money decisions together, making sure both partners benefit from financial arrangements. It feels like I'm going through this kind of fast, but um, kind of wanted Linda to be on time, start on time today for once. Thank you for joining us tonight, Linda. I can see you in the chat. And yeah, I can send you these wheels or you can Google them. It's been very helpful. The guest that I was going to have, she was going to talk about this, but she's like, "You can do it. I can't make it, but you can do it." So, but we're not health professionals. We just thought this is something to we'd want to share. Um, and negotiation and fairness, seeking mutually satisfying resolutions to conflict, accepting change, being willing to compromise. Ooh, that's a big one. If you come out of a situation where there's no compromise, like I just said, your way or the highway, you know, if one person like changes their mind that they don't want to be with, in this religion anymore. I think Rick talked about it earlier. It's the end of your marriage. And a lot of people have gone through that. But if it's something that's not life impacting, can you compromise with that change? It doesn't have to mean the end of the relationship, but can you compromise with some of the beliefs that we were raised with? And if you can't, that's when you have to make that decision. Do I want to stay in an unhealthy relationship, or do I want to be in a healthy relationship? So I want to open the phone lines. Does anybody have anything they want to share about what we discussed last week on the power wheel, power and control, and this week on equality? Just hit *6 and come on in. Thank you, Pixie, for speaking up. That was very helpful.
And until someone does, another one that I was reading that stood out to me, it says, you feel stifled, trapped, and stagnant. You are unable to escape the pressures of the relationship. But the flip side is there's room for positive growth, and you learn more about each other as you develop and mature. But one thing I can say that makes me think about when I married at 22, I was young. I mean, I've always known I wanted to be have a family, be a wife. I knew I'd be a great wife. But you do feel the pressure being in JW, the JW religion, because it's like you're almost groomed from being a little kid to knowing that by the time you graduate high school, you know, you need to get married, or you're constantly looking. I know even more so for the women in the organization, it's like there's just more women than there were men. And they
Right.
were, to me, just reminded, my mom used to always say they were like vultures. But we were like groomed to be that way, honestly. So it just made me think about how many are still there, because I know we do still have the PMOs, right? That's on the line. And if you do feel stifled and trapped and stagnant, just give yourself some time to just think about where you want to be, and think about the will that Gil has went over last week and this week. It really is important, because you want to be able to think for yourself, versus them thinking for you. And one thing I'd say this to Gil all the time. I crack up, I think, every time I say it. But I mean, if I want to cry, I can literally just watch a sad movie. I can turn a Lifetime and cry all day. But I don't want to be in a relationship that has to bring me to tears, and definitely not because a group of 8 men said that I have to be. So I just wanted to just bring that out, just for some food for thought. Maybe think about that, in your alone time, and just kind of think about you for a change. God is always there with you. And he doesn't expect you to have to go through the rest of your life crying and sad and someone else controlling everything that you do. So just want to share that as some food for thought.
And that isn't love, is it? Which we
Not
were,
at all.
the relationships should be based on love, and that's not loving. If you're crying or even having to suppress your feelings to make someone else happy or to make someone else look good, you're not being authentic to yourself. But like you said, it's scary to think for yourself. It can be a scary thing, because one thing we were taught was um, thinking against the independent spirit. It's compared to Eve. She wanted to be independent of God. And so our hope is that you'd really look into these points and try to, start doing your research and decipher what is healthy and what is healthy. What are you not willing to compromise with anymore for the remainder of your life? These are, and for once, start living your best life, however that looks. Don't go too far to the left. Don't go too far to the right. That was our Jay the comedian said that, because that's exactly what happens when people leave out of a relationship. They go buck wild, right? They go buck wild. You don't want to go buck wild. You want to leave and heal and have a safe, healthy relationship that's neutral. Did I hear somebody on the line trying to come in?
Hi, this is the Pasta Babe.
Hi, Linda. Hi, Pasta Babe. How are you?
Pretty good. I am so thrilled that you're doing this Power Wheel, the healthy and the unhealthy,
you know, even after I left the org, when I was in my marriage, I was still thinking in the manner of JW thinking, you know, and so I was doing the dance of being abused. Because it's like a dance. It's like the way we were trained to be as women, you know, just not ever calling our men out, or especially never in public. We would never shame them in public. But this wheel would have helped me so much back when I was married to understand that that I had been trained to be abused. So thank you so much for doing this. And you both of you are doing a really great job on it.
Thank you. I was thinking about you while I was doing this. I'm like, man, this is more like Linda's thing, what you did. But the person that was going to come on and talk about, I mean, this started from the conversation of trauma bonding, and she's like, use the power wheel. And so there, you know, we went over the power wheel last week, and we're doing this one this week. So thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. I might just piggyback off of it on my show. I'm sorry, but I might just steal it. Okay.
It goes right into it
because I love this kind of stuff.
Yes, I know you do. Please, because I may have missed some points. So yeah, please feel free. Yeah, I know this is usually your thing. You talk about narcissism a lot and making the comparisons. And so yeah, by all means, your show is called Healing After the Watchtower. So it goes it goes hand in hand with that. You know.
Thank you. So both of these wheels that you're covering works for when we were in the organization and for relationships one-on-one,
yes,
romantic, or even like between your boss and yourself, or any other kind of relationship. So these are really good signs to look for. So thanks a lot.
The concepts are the same. So insert, you know, a person, insert a religion, insert a job, a boss, like you said. The concepts are the same. What are you willing to put up with, and what are you not? And I was thinking about something when you were talking about your marriage and how you had to act. How did you feel about submissive?
I thought I was acting godly.
But then how did the submission thing? Yeah, the submission. How about that? Did that have a big part to play with it? We were taught to be submissive. Not that it's bad, but it kind of, you know.
I believe like the husband has the final, you know, he has the final choice. And I was there to submit to his lead, you know, but so I can really look back now and see how I played into my part. Because when you look back at things, you can ask yourself, what was my part? Well, I had to really be honest and say, well, goodness, I was doing my part in the dance of requesting almost to be abused, like to be not treated fairly, to be, to treat myself as though I'm lesser than he is. And it only encouraged him to behave in such a way, you know?
Yeah, that would be this point right
here. I can't believe I did that, but I thought I thought it was godly still.
Right. That would be point number 4 right here. Honesty and accountability, accepting responsibility for self, acknowledging past use of violence, admitting being wrong. That would fall into that part, you know. So that was healthy that you were able to do that, you know, to look back and see your part in it. It's really an actually healthy thing to do so that you don't compromise and fall into that again.
Yeah, it is helpful. You will kind of still act the way you've been trained to act, but the next time you do it, you'll catch it quicker. Until finally you just recognize it right off the bat like a neon sign.
Yeah.
And then it's just, you know, so much better.
Yeah.
And you can see it right off the bat. So yeah. Thanks a lot, ladies.
Thank you so much. We're looking forward to your show coming up in a few minutes. We're getting ready to wrap here. So thank you for joining us, everybody. Before we go, we have an announcement from Delon.
Yes, we
Hi,
do. Let me
Delon.
stop this.
Yeah, I
So,
hope you guys enjoyed the discussion and that you found it helpful in your life, whatever relationship it is. So, okay.
that's right. Absolutely.
I was buying you some time, Delon.
Oh no, it's okay. Thank you. So yes, you guys. First I want to say I'm always so excited for everyone to join us on After the Storm. We do. I mean, absolutely. I know I love you guys. I know Gail. I can say the same for Gail. We've just so much enjoyed the interactions between everyone here. And just before I say what I have to say, I just want to give a little special shout out because my friends have joined tonight. I won't say your
Okay.
last names, but um, my dear friend Carol and my dear friend Derek, they're on tonight. So thank you all for joining tonight. I
Yes,
love
thank you.
you. I'm so glad that you guys are here. And just without further ado, you guys. So tonight will be the last night that I will be here on the show. It doesn't mean I won't. I won't. It doesn't mean that I won't be here. I will still be listening in, chiming in, just like you guys are. But I've had so much going on. I have so much great. I have so many great things going on in my future that I am working on, and um, just something else I can't say yet, but anyway, it's really good. So I have to just focus on that. And so tonight will be my last night here with you guys on After the Storm. But Gail is amazing. She always have been. I love her tons, and I know you all love her tons too. So Gail will continue to rock out after the storm. So you just make sure you keep tuning in. You guys keep going and growing, and I'll still be here for it. And I'll be here watching you guys, and I'll still be going and growing too. So I will still be around, but I will just not be directly here on After the Storm. So I love you guys. I'm gonna miss you as far as this old raspy voice chiming in. But yes, I will still be around.
Well, thank you, Delon. We've been together a year and a half. I've enjoyed co-hosting with you, and we're gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you, but you are doing exactly, what
Yes.
you're doing exactly what we talked about tonight. You're doing what's good for you, what's healthy for you,
Yes.
and you shouldn't feel bad about that because I wouldn't want you to be I want you to be happy with what you're doing. And if it's just not working anymore or you have other goals,
Mm-hmm.
we support that. We support that.
Oh, don't
So,
make me cry. Thank you, Gail. No, seriously, thank you. And Eve, I see your comment. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have to because one thing I've told Gail before, I've shared it with you guys. I've always felt that I'll never know how great I could have been. And it's that Gail Gail had mentioned that to me one time before. It's exactly how I felt, how I still feel. But I'm still alive. And so it's not too late for me to, um, do some things that I know I like to do. And so that's exactly what I'm doing. And
mhm.
so, yeah, so I am aiming for the sky and I will get there in my own rocket ship.
And we can't wait to see it. We really can't wait to
Yes,
see
I
where you
cannot
go
wait to
from
share it.
here. Yeah, thank you for sharing your time with us. It does take a piece of you, the work that we're doing. So we appreciate the time that you spent with us. We're going to miss you. We respect your decision, but we want to see where you go. We want to see you soar. So,
Yes, thank you. And Gil, I've
yeah,
enjoyed
keep
every
soaring.
moment of you and I. I'm certainly gonna miss that every other Saturday night. I'll be like,
Yeah.
where is Gail? I mean, like chiming in here and stuff like that. But
Maybe we'll see each other
thank
more
you.
because even though we kind of live in the same city, we only see each other
Yes.
here. So
Yes.
maybe we'll see each other more. I
For a
don't know.
birthday or something. Exactly. We shall,
Yeah.
we will. Absolutely. We surely will.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
thank you, Gail, and
Well,
thank you, everybody. And Anna, thank you for
thank
your comment
you.
about my voice. I hate it. Thank you.
Well, thank you for tuning in, everybody. I almost said join us. Oh my goodness. Join me next in 2 weeks. for our guest, where we'll be continuing this conversation um, about relationships and deconstructing religion, or whatever the topic may be. We'll see, but we'll also see how we do it, how I do it solo. But thank you for joining us tonight. Um, we'll be back in 2 weeks, and please remember, be kind to yourself. You've been through a lot. So just work on that this week. Be kind to yourself. And we love you. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Take care. Bye bye.
Love you, everyone. See you later. See you in
Bye,
2 weeks.
Delon.
Bye. Love you, Gail. I'll talk to you
Love you
soon.
too.
I
Okay.
love you too, Rick. I know he's somewhere around if he's not asleep, but I love you too, Rick.
He probably didn't expect us to end this early or end on time. Sort of.
And
Oh,
then I'll say it one more time. Linda, we love you too. So I'm so glad you're coming up next. We love you too. Thank you, Eve. We'll tell Rick, don't make
hello,
me
Rick.
sing. Rick,
Yeah.
would you like for me to sing? I can do that. I don't want to run everyone off with this voice. Hello, Rick. I'm so raspy, I couldn't even get a note out.
Should we just like stop the camera and he'll edit it out?
Yeah, I think that would be good. That way you guys, well, I guess he would have to stop the show,
Yeah.
but yes, actually,
We threw
yeah,
him a
that, he can
curveball
cut that
tonight.
part, yeah, and then we can cut that part short. I mean, excuse me, not that, I'm sorry. He can cut this part off is what I'm saying. He can edit to take this part out.
I mean, he's been going at it since what, 4, 5 p.m.
Yes.
This is when he takes a break, so we appreciate that.
Eve said
He
no
does
singing.
so much.
Okay, I promise I won't eat no singing.
Who said no singing?
Eve said no singing. Oh, and then Anna said, yeah, singing, please. Oh, dear Lord. I can't sing Whitney
Sing
Houston
special.
tonight.
In case nobody told you today,
I was glad to hear you sing,
you're
girlfriend.
special.
And I don't even know how to sing. I'm telling you, I can't hold a note to save my life. But I love to sing. I sing all the time. Sounds good to me.
Amazingly.
What'd you say? Was that Linda?
I was saying your daughter sings amazingly, doesn't she?
Oh, yes, she does. Thank
Song,
you.
the intro song. Yeah,
Yes,
intro
thank
song for your
you.
show. That's your daughter.
I know I said I couldn't sing, but at least somebody got it. And yes, my baby girl, her voice is so pretty. I'm like, go, Raya. Thank you. I'm gonna let her know what you said too, Linda. I'm gonna text her right now and tell her what you said.
Oh, I love it. Every time I hear it, it's just so grooving and moving and yes.
Oh, thank you. She would love to hear that too. And what I love her music, she always keep her music so clean. So it doesn't matter like what genre you're from. Anyone can listen to it, from kids to, it doesn't matter. But I love that. And it's her lyrics are real life. So I love that. So.
The new single, Believe in Me, I love it.
Yes, thank you, Gail. Makes you want to just
So
dance.
does she have a YouTube channel or any place that she uploads her music?
She does. So she's actually streaming on all platforms. She does have a YouTube channel, and it's Raya Michelle, which is RIAH. And then Michelle, just spelled the normal way. It's my middle name. And all of her platforms are Raya Michelle. But her Instagram is the Raya Michelle. But everything else is her Facebook. Everything is Raya Michelle. Yes.
Oh, that's catchy. I like it. Ryan Michelle flows.
Thank you.
Flows very well.
Thank you. That's my baby, and she's doing so. My Gail, Gail is. Let me see. Yeah, Gail, you've come to.
I came to the video release.
That's what I thought. The video release, right? Yes, Gail came to her video release, Linda. It was so nice. It was so nice. Oh my goodness! It was just how many months ago, Gail?
Like
2, 3,
5 or 6 weeks ago. Not that long ago.
Not that long ago. Yeah, it was recent. It was so nice. She did so good.
Exciting. Yeah.
I think I was more nervous than she was.
My son sings too, and
Oh,
he goes by Legos.
okay, like
With two
Legos,
G's.
like Africa.
Legos. Like no, but that's
Oh, like
is
Legos.
African spelled with the two G's.
Okay, let me see.
I'm
It's
thinking like the Legos toys,
oh, the Lego
but
toys.
his
Okay,
is spelled with two G's.
okay, with two
And
G's. Okay.
Legos, and then the name of his, whatever they call it, is The Mark of a Mature Man,
All right, let
and he
me.
has about 5 originals, and you can find it on different
Linda,
platforms.
you said the mark of what was it, hon?
A Mature Man.
Okay, perfect. And I'm gonna go check him out. I'm gonna share that with my kids too, if that's okay. I'll share it on my social media too.
See, isn't it beautiful that we were stunted in the way we could grow, but our daughter and our son got to be promoted to advance in their self-interest. And look at
Yes,
I'm so proud of them.
yes, me
Wow,
too.
that's
Very
You're
good.
awesome.
right. Good point, Linda. Good point. They get a chance to live out who they are and who they want to become, not who
Yes.
someone else dictates. And kind of like us, we kind of it's almost like our growth was stunted. You know what I mean? So exactly.
Well, since we're still
And
rolling,
those of
I
us that,
just, huh?
oh, I was just going to say, those of us that have left, during the time that our kids were young and still very indoctrinated, you know, still always leave that door open for communication, give them love when they do reach out, because there can be a day that they do wake up, and you're going to be number one on that list that they're going to get in touch with, because you always left that door open for them.
Yeah,
That's
So
right.
I just want to say that.
yeah. Since we're still rolling, I just noticed a point in the chat from, I think we're saying Eva, but it's Eve. If I was wearing my glasses, it says we were told we had nowhere else to go because because they had sayings of everlasting life, so we were afraid to leave.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah, and see, that's a bastardized version of who else can you go to? Who else can we
Exactly.
go to? But they
Yeah.
said, where else can we go? Because Rutherford was the one that said you had to find the right religion, as opposed to what the disciples were talking about. Who else
Yeah.
can we go to? Meaning Jesus. Okay,
Right.
meaning Jesus.
Right.
So
That's what
they
it meant.
bastardized that.
Yeah. Who shall we go to? And it's, yeah, it's not who, it's
That's
not
what
where,
scripture
it's
is,
who. Exactly.
not where. Yes, where would be like you've been given this assignment to find the right or true religion. And by the way, we are it. 'Cause we're just so bitching.
Yes,
So
we are.
Jesus
Yes.
picked us when Rutherford was president. Right.
Well, hello,
I don't think
Delon.
so.
Hello, Gail. Hello, Aposta Babe. So you guys getting ready to
Hi.
go or what?
Yeah, we kind of threw you a
Yeah.
curveball tonight, huh? We ended early.
You did? Okay. Well, what we'll do is
Yeah.
going to bring our good friend Aposta Babe. That's your favorite apostate. She's coming on
Yeah,
next.
she is.
All right. So,
Thank you, Linda.
well,
Bye,
thank
everybody.
you, girls, for coming on and doing your thing. We really appreciate it. Keep standing tall, waving that flag of victory. We're ending the program here tonight. Aposta Babe, and I hate to say it, we love Aposta Babe, but what happened is in my condo, we had 2 visitors come and visit us this week, 2 apostates. We had Constance and Dick Borgie. Constance from California. We're starting to get visitors come up here, and they want to come to the Six Queens live and listen to it. So
Okay.
Dick Borgie came up from North Carolina, and Constance from California. So, and I got a bed here, but I don't have a whole lot of room. I got 2 bedrooms in my condo. So one of the beds is in my studio. So if we go all night long, they won't be able to sleep. So I'm sorry for Apostle Babe, but don't worry, Apostle Babe. You'll be back on YouTube next week. But you're going to be on our radio network, so don't worry about that. And even those on the Six Screens video suite, I'm sorry we'll have to end the broadcast, but it's just that it just happened. And we'll be back next week for you guys as well. But thank you, Gail. Thank you, Delon. We're going to end the broadcast here.
Okay.
And we want to thank all those people that came in from YouTube. And we'll get Apostle Babe program going on our radio network. If you want to listen in to Apostle Babe tonight, she will not be on YouTube, but you can catch her on our radio network. And all you have to do is go to sixscreensofthewatchtower.com and scroll down, see the telephone number, dial that in, and you'll be able to listen in and talk with Apostle Babe. Thank you very much, guys. Keep moving in the right direction. We're glad to have you part of our network, and we're really proud of you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Going to end the program here.